Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel Journey with Vijay Kumar Shrivastav. Today I am going to present the topic plantation crops. Before presentation I would like to introduce myself. I am Vijay Kumar Shrivastav. I have done M.Sc Agriculture with specialization in Agronomy from Pant University of Agriculture and Technology, Pantnagar in 1996. So let's proceed to the presentation. What is plantation crop? The term plantation crop refers to those crops which are cultivated on an extensive scale in contiguous area, owned and managed by individual or a company. Here we have used the term contiguous. It means the crops in neighborhood where one field touching another fields and it is covering on continuous belts of a same crop. The crops include tea, coffee, rubber, cocoa, coconut, arecanut, oil palm, palmyra and cashew. These are high-value commercial crops of greater economic importance and play a vital role in improving Indian economy, especially in view of their export potential, employment generation, and poverty alleviation, particularly in rural sector. Coconut, cashew nut, cocoa, arecanut, oil palm, and palmyra comes under Ministry of Agriculture, while tea, coffee, and rubbers are dealt with Ministry of Commerce. As a definition, a plantation is a large farm or estate, usually in a tropical or subtropical country, where crops that are not consumed for food are grown for sale in distant markets rather than for local consumption. Plantation crop is described as a group of commercial crops of perennial nature, cultivated extensively in tropical and subtropical situations, which need employment of labor throughout the year and the produces of which are usually consumed after processing. Plantation crops are those which are cultivated on extensive scale like tea, coffee and rubber. Here the term plantation or estate is used synonymously. Estate or plantation means large scale agriculture unit usually of a single crop. Now we will study about important plantation crops. These crops are categorized in 5 groups. Like first one is beverages crops like tea, coffee and cocoa. Second is oil yielding crops like coconut, oil palm and palmyra palm. Third is nut crops like cashew nut. Fourth is industrial crop like rubber. And fifth is masticatory crops, which means chewing crops like arecanut and Betelvine. Plantation crop in India are mainly confined to the less populated remote hilly areas of South India, mainly Kerala, Karnataka and Tamil Nadu, and northeast states like Assam, Meghalaya and West Bengal. Here we have shown the diagram representing the Indian states producing plantation crops. This picture shows that South Indian states like Kerala, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu and Andhra Pradesh is playing main role in producing plantation crops, where Kerala is contributing nearly 27%. Karnataka is also contributing nearly 27%, Tamil Nadu has contribution of 24%, and Andhra Pradesh having contribution of 9% in plantation crops production. After that we will see there are some other states like West Bengal contributing 2%, Assam 2%, Gujarat 2%, and these Odisha and Maharashtra also contributing nearly 2%. So the major South Indian states are playing important role for the production of these crops. Now to study about commercialization of plantation crops. Coconut and arecanut being cultivated in India from time immemorial, from long ancient times. After that cocoa, it was cultivation started from 1960 and it is the Brazilian origin. However, expansion gained momentum after 1970s. Then oil palm. This is a African origin crop which cultivation was started in 1970s. This is the highest edible oil yielding crop, having the yield of 4 to 6 tons per hectare and sometimes even 8 tons per hectare. Then cashew nut. It was introduced by Portuguese during 16th century in Malabar coast, a soil conservation crop, and this is also having the Brazilian origin. Now India ranks first in the world both in area and production of cashew nut. Then rubber crop. Mainly in Kerala and Kanyakumari districts of Tamil Nadu is cultivating rubber crop. Now India occupies 4th position in the world in production. Now we will study about a scope of plantation crops. First one is expansion in non-traditional areas. As population and spice crops have restricted geographical distribution, the possibility of expansion in the traditional areas is limited. However, there is ample scope for expansion of area in non-traditional regions such as northeastern states where there is irrigation potential. Due to the development of drip irrigation technology, new area and non-traditional area under plantation crops is increasing. Second is export potential. Plantation crops earn foreign exchange through coir-based products, coir exports and coffee. Main products and byproducts not only have export prospectus but also have considerable internal demand in several ancillary industry. Earning from export of plantation crops accounts to 27% of total agriculture commodities and 4.8% of total export. Third scope is employment generation. Cultivation of plantation crops provide year-round gainful employment on the farm and factories. Like example, coconut industry provides for 78 man days per hectare and year amounting to 70 million man days per year in Kerala alone. Fourth is crop diversification. These crops provide ample scope for diversification and thereby it creates sustainable agriculture. Fifth is availability of technology and yield gap. Considerable information on recent technologies are available on these crops like CPCRI, Kasargod, Kerala, NRC on Cashew, Santigod, Puttur, Karnataka and various agriculture universities research stations are providing extension services and information regarding plantation crops. Now to study economic importance of plantation crops. First one is export earnings. Plantation crops occupy less than 3% of the total cultivated area, which is contributing 1.8% of total cropland and 4 million hectare out of 143 million hectares of cultivated land, which is around 2.3%. Second is leading position in the world. India is leading in the total production of certain plantation crops in the world like in tea, cashew, arecanut, coconut and rubber crops. Third is employment opportunity. Plantation crops provide direct and indirect employment to many people. Like in tea industry, there is employment of nearly 20 lakh people and in cashew nut, there is 5 lakh people approximately. Fourth one is industrial importance. Production industry supports many byproducts industries and also many rural industries like coconut fiber, which obtained from husk. Production in India is about 2.2 lakh tons. Fifth is conserving soil and ecosystem. Like tea and coffee crops with shade trees planted on hill slopes, cashew in barren and wastelands, both are protecting soil from water and wind erosion. Now we will study about important research stations on plantation and beverage crops. For coconut, there is Central Plantation Crop Research Institute at Kasargod, Kerala. For arecanut, CPCRI Regional Research Station at Betel, Karnataka. Then cocoa, CPCRI Regional Research Station, Betel, Karnataka. Then rubber Research Institute of India at Kottayam, Kerala. For cashew nut, Directorate of Cashew Research at Puttur, Karnataka. Then for oil palm, National Research Center, Eluru, Pedavagi in Andhra Pradesh. Then palmyra at Sri Valiputtur in Tamil Nadu. For tea, Tea Research Institute, United Planters Association of South India at Valparai in Tamil Nadu. Then for coffee, Central Coffee Research Institute at Balehonur in Karnataka. Now we will study about all plantation crops. First one is tea. It is an important beverage and the world drinks more of it than any other beverage. It is made from the tender or young leaves and unopened buds of the evergreen tea plant, which is popularly acclaimed as a healthful herb. Camellia sinensis is a species of evergreen shrubs or small trees in the flowering plant family Thayaceae, whose leaves and leaf buds are used to produce tea. Common names include tea plant, tea shrub, and tea tree. Camellia sinensis, variety sinensis, and variety Asemica are two major varieties grown today for tea cultivation. Tea is an aromatic beverage commonly prepared by pouring hot or boiling water over cured leaves of the Camellia sinensis, an evergreen shrub bush native to East Asia. After water, it is the most widely consumed drink in the world. In beginning, tea cultivation was confined to Upper Assam, but later Lower Assam and Darjeeling were opened for tea cultivation. Later on, tea cultivation started in Nilgiri hills of South India, Tarai along with foothills of Himalayas, Himachal Pradesh and Meghalaya. Here we have shown some pictures related to tea cultivation. There are some tea plantations and how the picking of leaves are taking place in the fields and its manufacturing to curing and final products. So this is the picture regarding tea cultivation. Next crop is coffee. Coffee is a genus of flowering plants in the family Rubiaceae. Coffee species are shrubs or small trees native to tropical and southern Africa and tropical Asia. The seeds of some species called coffee beans are used to flavor various beverages and products. Coffee is a brewed drink prepared from roasted coffee beans. The seeds of berries from certain coffee species, once ripe, coffee berries are picked, processed and dried. Dried coffee seeds, referred to as beans, are roasted to varying degrees depending on the desired flavor. Roasted beans are ground and then brewed with near boiling water to produce the beverage known as coffee. This picture describes the types of coffee and the cultivation practices and its plant's nature. The coffee is of two types. First one is Arabica and second is Robusta. Arabica variety is cultivated and having the production of nearly 70% of total coffee, and Robusta has contribution of 30% of world production. And we have seen here the coffee plant and its nuts and the beans which are processed, and later on it is after grinding it is used as a coffee beans powder. Second crop is cocoa. Cocoa is the seeds of the cacao tree. The seed contains a lot of fat and is used to produce cocoa butter. Cocoa butter is then used to produce chocolate. Most people will know cocoa is a ground powder they use to produce chocolate. Uses of cocoa are numerous. It may be used in cakes, creams, drinks, toppings and cookies. Cocoa, though introduced in India in the early half of the last century, gained commercial cultivation only in 1970. Cocoa is grown as a companion crop in irrigated coconut and arecanut gardens in Kerala and Karnataka. Cocoa is being grown in some pockets of Tamil Nadu and Andhra Pradesh also. The cacao plant was first given its name by Swedish natural scientist Carl von Linné, who called it Theobroma cacao or food of the gods. This picture represents the morphological characteristics of cocoa plants and how the fruits are harvested and it is separated, and after that we are getting the cocoa butter from inside and it is finally produced as a chocolate. Next plantation crop is coconut. The coconut palm is one of the most beautiful and useful tree in the world, grown in more than 90 countries of the tropical. It provides food, drink and shelter and also provides raw material to number of industries intimately connected with domestic as well as economic life. Dried coconut flesh is called copra, and the oil and milk derived from it are commonly used in cooking, frying in particular, as well as soaps and cosmetics. The hard shells, fibrous husks and long pinnate leaves can be used as material to make a variety of products for furnishing and decorating. All the plant parts of this wonder palm are used to mankind in one way or other. On account of this, the palm has been regarded as kalpavriksha, means tree of heaven. In India, coconut is grown mainly along the coastal regions of Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka and Andhra Pradesh, Odisha, Maharashtra, Goa, Assam, Puducherry, Lakshadweep and Andaman Nicobar Islands, which are major coconut growing states. Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, Bihar, northeastern regions have also gained momentum in its cultivation. Here we have shown the picture which represents the cultivation of coconut and how the fruits are grown on the plants and its harvesting and separation of copra from the coconut fruit. Next plantation crop is palm oil. Oil palm crop is one of the highest oil yielding crops among all perennial crops. The oil palm is considered as golden palm due to its high yielding potential. In India, oil crops provides the excellent substitute of importing the oil. Palm oil is an edible vegetable oil derived from the mesocarp, reddish pulp of the fruits of the oil palm, primarily the African oil palm Elaeis quinensis, and to a lesser extent from the American oil palm Elaeis oleifera and the Maripa palm Atelia maripa. In India, oil palm is cultivated in more than 15 states, around area of 50,000 hectares under irrigated conditions, and this crop also can be grown in rain-fed conditions. It is grown in Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, Kerala, Gujarat, Assam, Goa, Tamil Nadu, Maharashtra and Tripura, etc. Here we have shown the picture of palm cultivation, how the fruits are grown, and after harvesting, the oil is extracted from palm fruits. Next plantation crop is palmyra palm. Palmyra palm are economically useful and widely cultivated, especially in South Asia and Southeast Asia. The palmyra palm has long been one of the most important trees of Cambodia and India, where it has over 800 uses. The leaves are used for thatching, mats, baskets, fans, hats, umbrella, and as writing material. The tree yields many types of food. The young plants are cooked as a vegetable or roasted and pounded to make meal. The fruits are eaten roasted or raw, as are the young jelly-like seeds. A sugary sap called toddy can be obtained from the young inflorescence, both male and female, and this is fermented to make a beverage called arrack or concentrated to produce a crude sugar called jaggery or palm sugar. It is called gula jawa, which is Javanese sugar in Indonesia and is widely used in Javanese cuisine. The roots can be dried to form odial, a hard chewable snack. In addition, the tree sap is taken as laxative and medical values have been ascribed to other parts of the plant. Here we have shown the pictures which represent the cultivation of palmyra palm and its fruit and different usage. Next crop is cashew nut. Its nut, also known as cashew, is commonly eaten as food. People also use the nut to make medicine. Cashew is used for stomach and intestinal ailments. Some people apply cashew directly to the skin as a skin stimulant and to seal ulcers, warts and corns. Cashew has assumed an important place in the Indian economy. Cashew cultivation is confined mainly to the peninsular India. Major cashew producing states are Karnataka, Kerala, Maharashtra along the west coast and Odisha, Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu along the east coast. It is also grown to a limited extent in Goa, Andaman and Nicobar Islands, Madhya Pradesh, Manipur, Meghalaya, Assam and Tripura. The area, production and productivity of cashew have been increasing as a result of identification of superior clones, standardization of vegetative propagation techniques, and near self-sufficiency in quality planting material. Here we have shown the pictures of cashew nut plantations and how it is cultivated and the nature of fruits and its separation from cashew nuts. Next plantation crop is rubber. Currently, rubber is harvested mainly in the forms of latex from the rubber trees or others. The latex is a sticky, milky colloid drawn off by making incisions in the bark and collecting the fluid in vessels in a process called tapping. The latex then is refined into rubber that is ready for commercial processing. In major areas, latex is allowed to coagulate in the collection cup. The coagulated lumps are collected and processed into dry forms for marketing. Rubber is an elastic solid material extracted from latex of many tropical trees. Hevea brasiliensis is the most cultivated rubber plant. Rubber have many types of usage as eraser, tires, tubes and industrial products. It is a hardy, tall, quick-growing tree reaching 18 to 30 meters in height with a straight trunk producing branches 3 to 5 meters from above the ground and forming a spreading or conical canopy. India is the fourth largest producer of rubber after Thailand, Indonesia and Malaysia. Kerala is the largest rubber producer state in India. In India, the state of Kerala and Kanyakumari districts of Tamil Nadu state are the traditional rubber growing areas, accounting for 90% of rubber production in India. Rubber Board of India under the Ministry of Commerce, Government of India has robust statistics on area under rubber cultivation based on sample survey techniques. Here we have shown the picture of rubber cultivation and the methods of extracting latex from the tree and its commercial usage. Next plantation crop is arecanut. Arecanut or betel nut is an important cash crop in the Western Ghats, East Coast and North Eastern regions of India. Arecanut plant is a tall, stemmed erect palm reaching varied heights depending upon the environmental condition. Arecanut is an important component of the religious, social and cultural celebrations and economic life of people in India. Arecanut is also used in Ayurvedic and veterinary medicines. The habit of chewing arecanut is typical of the Indian subcontinent and its neighborhood. Although production of arecanut is localized in a few states, the commercial product is widely distributed all over the country. India is the largest producer and consumer of arecanut in the world. Karnataka is major arecanut growing state, followed by Kerala and Assam. It is grown on a limited scale in Tamil Nadu, Meghalaya, West Bengal, Maharashtra and Goa. This picture shows the cultivation practices of arecanut crop and its nature of fruit. Next crop is Betelvine. The Betelvine is the leaf of a vine which includes pepper and kava. In India, it is known as Pant. Betelvine is a perennial, dioecious, evergreen climber that is grown in tropics and subtropics for its leaves that are used as a chewing stimulant. It is a spreading vine, rooting readily available where trailing stems touch the ground. The betel plant is an evergreen and perennial creeper with glossy heart-shaped leaves and white catkin. The leaves are alternate, entire 5 to 10 cm long and 3 to 6 cm across. The flowers are small, produced on pendulous spikes 4 to 8 cm long at the leaf nodes, and the spikes lengthening up to 7 to 15 cm as the fruit matures. Betel vine leaves and stem have pungent aromatic flavor. Betel leaves chewing is considered a source of dietary calcium. Betel oil also has several medicinal usages. Here is the pictures of betel vine cultivation and its nature of growing. So this presentation was all about plantation crops. Hope this is very useful to all of you. Now my presentation ends here. Thank you very much. I have given here my YouTube channel details. Journey with Vijay Kumar Shrivastav. Having request, please visit the channel, subscribe it and provide your kind and valuable feedback for further improvements. Thank you.